Greetings and welcome to another exciting edition of Poet to Poet. I'm Robert Dunn, and we have a fascinating show for you tonight. Our guests are Richard Fein in the near seat, and down that way we have Elaine Schwager. Elaine has a brand new book just coming out as we film this called I Want Your Chair. It looks like this. But we'll be discussing that a little later in the program. I want to start with Richard Fein. Richard Fein is one of the poets who can lay claim to the title of the Pride of Brooklyn. He is from that. He's been in a number of journals. It's starting to explore the internet as a venue for his poetry. And let's see, you get feedback from all over the world.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, but do they publish it?
I've gotten published in many of the web journals, yes. From everywhere from Israel to Australia.
Any in particular that people can look up?
Oh, there's Snake Skin. Okay, there's...
That sounds Australian.
That's Canadian, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Okay, the Southern Ocean Review. Okay. Let's see, there's 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay. A Fairfield Review. The Mississippi Review. Let's see.
Have we switched back to magazines yet, or are these still internet?
These are mostly the internet for, Okay. I've been in Blue Unicorn, Kansas Quarterly, all of a sudden these things slipped my mind.
It happens sometime. Something that slipped my mind was I remember a legend about somebody driving all the snakes out of Cadillac. For the life of me, I can't remember a snake in a Robert Service puppet. Or have I stumped the guy? Oh, well. Well, I'll go home later and research it. Richard, how about a pun?
Okay. Part Joseph, part village girl. To be a poet, one must be part Joseph, able to milk lean cows of metaphor, dress midnight visions in robes of many hues, shade prophecy as fable, and account for garbled dreams in a proper syntax. To be a poet, one must be part village girl, for poems are drawn from the well of dreams, and the poet a village girl, pulling the bucket up from the dark shaft, allowing light to sparkle through the water as she pours this fluid into a proper jar, then balances the vessel on her head all the way home to quench the thirst of her household.
It must be quite an experience to milk a cow of many colors.
Well, it's utter nonsense.
That is definitely getting on the horns of a dilemma. How about another pun?
Okay, the stone gatherer. Yet grains of sand and the cosmos of stars are finite. Eventually there comes an end to counting. A final sum is reached. I want to leave, but there are no stones here. Cold stones on cold marbles. Mourners mark headstones with rocks found on the ground. It is the tradition. Strangely, every headstone is crowned. The one still visited by the grieving, the ancient headstones once mourned by mourners who themselves were mourned and forgotten. And even the tiny, faded, and faceless marbles belong ago infants. Someone has gathered all the nearby rocks and placed them as mourners' stones on all the surrounding headstones. Someone linked the forgotten headstones with the world of the living. Someone who can keep a distance from so much sorrow. Who? A workman passing time? Or perhaps Elijah moving under the moon and myriad stars? I have to search for a stone. I must wander far before I find one and return to my place of private grief. But when I finally leave and approach the gate, There are no rows of headstones overgrown with weeds that are bare, so bare of mourners' stones. I find myself gathering rocks. Somewhere, someone is gathering 6 billion stones. A cenotaph of stones to remember, to mourn, to keep ashes together and safe from blowing away.
All right, now, as I understand it, you concentrate on specific imagery.
Yeah, I try to.
And try to make your poems metaphorical.
Yes.
Where do you find these metaphors? Or do they come to you?
Sometimes I think of it, and sometimes I can read a line from the poem, and my mind just starts, so I let it go free and see what I can come up with. I would say about half my poems come from lines from other poems. Not that I'm not taking the line, it's the inspiration.
Oh no, we wouldn't suggest anything like that. Honestly, how are your metaphors, Elaine?
How are my metaphors? My metaphors come a lot from everyday experience, from being with my kids, sometimes from my patients, from out, walking.
Yes, patience. We'll be getting back to that in a moment. I've been listening to Richard for 10 years, as a matter of fact. It's been that long.
It has?
Yeah, ever since the glory days of the New Press. Hi, guys. And Richard has never let me down in his choice of material. He's always been worth listening to.
Okay.
Give us another.
Okay. Historical legacies. They claim they'll consecrate new land elsewhere, but the piled tombstones are badly weathered. They'll fracture if moved. The marbles lying here form a culvert for catching rain. The planned new museum will become their cenotaph. Charity Phelps is 208. 207 were marked by the stone. For the sake of sanity, she must have been quickly forgotten. All the small slabs in this spot mark that year's plague. New babies were quickly born. But Charity Phelps existed. Here before me is the inscribed proof, the cuneiform of name, date of birth, and death, and the chiseled belief that she became an angel of God. The rest is badly faded. I'd swipe the marker, but the watchman is earning his salary. I must let her be. The rains will reduce her to jagged rock.
We got to way up. A lot of cenotaphs popping up today. Do I detect a theme?
I just happened this way. I just realized myself, but I'm not as brave as poet was.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I think I'm going to go out and get stoned after this one.
Yeah.
The grave stuff is just too much for me. If you really want to get the cemetery guard to look the other way, tell them you're a body snatcher. Okay. That way, if you go for the tombstone, it won't bother you as much. Anyway, how about another poem?
Okay. The Park Ranger. This is on another.
Not a memorial park.
Yes. No. The Park Ranger. How she walked among trees. After researching the field guides to match the wayward caterpillar with its proper leaf, she knelt almost prayer-like and took the bug from the dirt path and searched the knotted green till she found the plant. And like a ballerina she stretched her arms while her fingers slowly placed the bug on the greenest leaf as her drab green baggy pants pulled tight against her legs. Then so carefully she arranged all the foliage, so not a mote of the woods remained undisturbed by her rescue. I don't remember the details of her lecture on flora or fauna, or even if her face was pretty or plain. I remember only how she walked among trees.
Is that how they earn their living?
Yes.
Well, the ranger isn't going to like this, Yogi.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. How did you get started in this poetry racket anyway?
It was December 31st, 1972,
Had
at
it
10:30 p.m.
pinpointed that exactly?
Yes.
What happened?
I wrote my first poem.
What was it about?
It was about a lost love. It was awful. I don't even remember it anymore, but it was terrible.
And then you resolved to do better.
I resolved to do better gradually.
Give us one you do remember.
Well,
It's on the page.
yes. Here's one of my very few rhyming poems. I very rarely rhyme. I find it too restrictive, but here's one. The Painted Crow. He painted the crow, all the colors of the pretty rainbow. Like a Chinese fan, its wings were spread. He let the colored bird go. It beat its wings steady and slow, flying to where its flock had fled. It found its flock, flew to the head, caught its greetings, but found instead pecking beaks that didn't know this feathered rainbow was a crow. Its varied hues all bleeding red, pierced and broken, it fell dead.
I hope it brought back all the corn that it stole from the field before it did that. What would you consider your finest triumph in poetry?
I mean the poem
The
or...
poem or the event? Or
Now that you pin me down, I can't really find any particular... The fact is, I continue to write over all these years.
Mm-hmm.
It may sound like a cop-out, but that's what it is. I mean, I cannot specifically point to any event or poem that, I would say would be my finest. Just that I stuck to it.
Actually, for a lot of people, that's a triumph, and your body of work certainly bears out strongly for that point of view. Anyway, Richard Fein, I want to thank you for coming on Poet the Poet. We'll be back in a moment with Elaine Schwager. So don't disappear on us because there's more to come.